The Mafia boss's baby wouldn't stop crying on the train, until a hostess did the unthinkable. The gun is pressed against my spine. I can feel the cold metal through my thin uniform blouse, can smell the gunpowder that still clings to his jacket. His daughter, this beautiful, innocent 6-month-old baby girl, sleeps peacefully in my arms, her tiny fist clutching my finger, and I'm about to die for her. "Put down the child," the man says in Russian. His accent is Georgian. Chechen, maybe. "Step away from Volkov, and we let you live." But I don't move. Can't move. Because behind me, Alexei Volkov, Pakhan of the Volkov Bratva, the most feared man in Russia, the man whose baby I'm holding, is bleeding. I can hear his ragged breathing, feel the warmth of his blood soaking through my sleeve where I'm pressed against him. He took 3 bullets meant for his daughter, for Katya, this tiny, perfect little girl who finally stopped crying when I sang to her. 45 minutes ago, I was just a train hostess. I served tea, checked tickets, smiled politely at passengers on the Moscow to St. Petersburg Express. My biggest worry was whether my ex-boyfriend would stop texting me. My biggest dream was saving enough money to finish my teaching degree. I was nobody. Invisible. Then the baby started crying. Car 7, compartment 3. A crying that wasn't normal. Raw, desperate, terrified. Every maternal instinct I didn't know I had screamed at me to help. So I did something incredibly stupid. I opened that compartment door, and there he was, Alexei Volkov. I knew his face from the news, from whispered warnings, from the nightmares Moscow mothers use to scare their children into obedience. Dark hair, ice-gray eyes, a scar cutting through his left eyebrow. Beautiful and terrifying. Holding a baby like she was made of glass, and he was afraid of shattering her. "She won't stop," he said. And for the first time in his life, I imagine, he sounded helpless. I should have backed away. Closed the door. Pretended I'd seen nothing. But the baby's face was red, her little body rigid with distress, and he looked so lost. So I held out my arms. "May I?" He stared at me like I'd offered to disarm a bomb. Then, slowly, he handed her to me. Our fingers brushed. Electric, dangerous, world-tilting. I sang to her, a lullaby my grandmother taught me, rocked her against my chest. And this little princess, this daughter of a monster, melted into my arms and went quiet. Just like that, as if she'd been waiting for me her whole short life. His eyes met mine over her dark curls. "What's your name?" "Sophia," I whispered. "Sophia," he repeated, like he was memorizing it, like he was claiming it. "Thank you." I should have left then, returned to my duties, forgotten the dangerous man and his crying baby. But then the train lurched, the lights went out, and men with guns burst through the door. Now I'm standing in this corridor with a gun at my back, holding a mobster's baby, choosing to die rather than let them take her. Choosing him. A man I met less than an hour ago. A killer. A monster. But he's also a father who's bleeding out trying to protect his little girl. And somehow, impossibly, I know I'd make this choice 1,000 times over. You want to know how a train hostess becomes willing to die for a mafia boss's baby? How 45 minutes can change everything you thought you knew about love and monsters and yourself? Stay with me, darlings. I'll tell you everything. Starting from the moment that baby's cry pierced through my ordinary life and pulled me into a world of beautiful, deadly men and impossible choices. Because this is where my real life began. Good evening, my darlings. Yes, you heard that correctly. A train hostess, a crying baby, and one of Russia's most dangerous men, bleeding in a train corridor with enemies closing in. I know what you're thinking. Anastasia, how does this possibly end well? Oh, my loves, if you've been with me on these dark journeys before, you know that the best love stories are born in the worst circumstances. when bullets fly and blood spills, when a woman who's only ever wanted a quiet life finds herself standing between a monster and his child, choosing danger over safety, choosing him. Tonight's tale takes place on the Sapsan Express train from Moscow to St. Petersburg. 4 hours of luxury rail travel through the frozen Russian countryside. But for Sophia Nikolaevna, a 25-year-old train hostess with dreams of becoming a teacher, those 4 hours will change everything. Because when Alexei Volkov boards that train with his infant daughter, fleeing enemies, bleeding from wounds, desperate and dangerous, he doesn't know that a woman in a crisp burgundy uniform will become the thing he values more than power, more than the bratva, more than his own life. This is a story about unexpected salvation, about a good girl who saves a bad man's baby, and in doing so, saves them both. About how sometimes love doesn't knock politely. It crashes through your door with guns blazing and a crying infant in its arms. So settle in, my darlings. Pour yourself some tea. Let the snow fall outside your window. And let me take you back to that November afternoon when Sophia stepped into compartment 3, car 7, and found her destiny wrapped in a pink blanket, screaming her tiny lungs out. This is the story of how a hostess did the unthinkable. She fell in love. My life is routine, predictable, safe. I wake at 5:30 every morning in my small apartment in the Arbat district. Shower, dress in my burgundy uniform, twist my blonde hair into the required bun. I check my phone, 3 messages from Dmitry, my ex, asking to talk. I delete them without reading. We're done. Have been for 2 months, ever since I caught him with that lawyer from his firm. By 6:30, I'm on the metro heading to Leningradsky station. The train to St. Petersburg departs at 7:15 sharp. The Sapsan Express. High-speed luxury rail. I've been working this route for 3 years, since I dropped out of university when my grandmother got sick. The medical bills had to be paid somehow. She died 6 months ago. I'm still paying them off. Sophia, you're early! Marina, my supervisor, waves from the crew briefing room. She's 52, has worked the rails for 30 years, and treats me like the daughter she never had. We have VIP passengers today. Car 7 is completely booked under one name. What name? I ask, pouring myself tea from the samovar. She lowers her voice. Volkov. The name hangs in the air like a threat. As in, I can't finish the sentence. Da. That Volkov. She crosses herself quickly. His security team already swept the car. We're to provide service but not ask questions. Don't look too long. Don't speak unless spoken to. Understood? My mouth goes dry. Everyone in Moscow knows the name Volkov. The Bratva family that controls everything from the docks to the Duma. Whispered about in kitchens, feared in boardrooms. Alexei Volkov himself is a legend, ruthless, brilliant, untouchable. And he's on my train. Why is he taking the train? I ask. Men like that have private jets. Marina shrugs. Maybe that's why. Unexpected. Harder to track. She grips my arm. Sophia, please, just stay invisible. Don't engage. These men are dangerous. I nod. Invisible. That's easy. I've been invisible my whole life. The Sapsan pulls out of Moscow precisely on time. Outside, the city gives way to birch forests heavy with November snow. Inside, I move through the cars with my trolley. Tea, coffee, snacks. Business travelers type on laptops. An elderly couple shares chocolates. A mother entertains her toddler with a tablet. Normal. Safe. Ordinary. Car 7 is at the rear of the train. The VIP car. Private compartments with actual doors, not just curtains. I approach with my trolley, heart hammering. 2 men stand guard at the entrance. Large. Scarred. Expensive suits that don't hide the guns underneath. Service, I say, keeping my eyes down. One of them speaks into his sleeve. Listens. Then nods. Compartment 3 only. The Pakan is traveling with his daughter. They need quiet. Daughter? Alexei Volkov has a daughter? I push my trolley down the corridor. Compartments 1 and 2 are occupied by more security. Compartment 4 is empty but for luggage. Compartment 3's door is closed. And from behind it comes the most heartbreaking sound I've ever heard. A baby. Crying. Not the normal fussing of an infant. This is desperate, inconsolable, terrified crying that reaches into my chest and squeezes. I freeze. My hand hovers over the door. Marina's voice echoes in my head. Don't engage. Stay invisible. But the crying intensifies, escalates into screams that sound almost like pain. My grandmother raised me. She taught me that when a child cries like that, you help. You always help. We don't turn away from suffering, Sonechka, she'd say. That's how we stay human. I knock, soft, hesitant. Niet! A man's voice, sharp with stress. But I knock again. Excuse me, sir. I'm the hostess. May I assist with anything? Silence. Then, come. I open the door. He's more devastating in person than in photographs. Alexei Volkov sits in the compartment's plush chair, a baby cradled awkwardly in his arms. He's maybe 35, tall even sitting down, with black hair pushed back from a face that could sell luxury watches or break hearts, or both. Gray eyes like a winter storm. A scar through his left eyebrow that should make him less attractive but somehow doesn't. He wears all black, slacks, shirt, leather jacket, and he looks exhausted, strained, almost vulnerable. The baby in his arms is perhaps 6 months old. She wears a pink onesie with little bears on it, and her face is bright red from crying. Her little fists wave frantically, and her screams are raw, desperate. I don't know what's wrong, he says, and there's something stunning about hearing fear in the voice of a man who makes others afraid. She won't eat, won't take her pacifier. I changed her. She just won't stop. He's not asking for help, but he's not sending me away either. I set down my trolley. May I? His eyes snap to mine, sharp, assessing. For a moment I think he'll refuse, maybe have me thrown off the train at the next stop for daring to speak to him. His reputation is built on violence, control, fear. But his daughter screams again, and something in his face cracks. Please, he says quietly. I step forward, extending my arms. He stands. God, he's tall, at least 6'4", and carefully transfers the baby to me. His hands are large, scarred across the knuckles, surprisingly gentle. Our fingers brush during the handoff and electricity shoots up my arm. His eyes widen slightly. He felt it too. The baby is tiny in my arms, warm, trembling with exhaustion from crying. I instinctively bring her to my chest, one hand supporting her head, and begin to sway. Gentle rocking motion. Natural. Easy. Shh, Malishka, I murmur. Shh, little one. You're safe. She doesn't stop immediately, but her screams lessen to sobs. Her rigid little body begins to soften. I start to sing. A lullaby my grandmother sang to me when I couldn't sleep, when the world felt too big and scary. It's in Russian, old-fashioned, about a gray wolf and the moon. Bаю bayushki bayu, ne lozhishya na kraju. The baby's sobs quiet to whimpers. Her blue eyes, so like her father's, fix on my face. I smile at her, still rocking, still singing. Priyadet Serenki Volchok, Ayukasnitza Bochok. The gray wolf will come, but I'll protect you. My voice promises safety, warmth, love. Katya. I somehow know her name is Katya. Hiccups once, twice. And then she goes completely still in my arms, her tiny hand curling around my finger, her eyes drifting closed. Silence. Beautiful, peaceful silence. I look up. Alexei Volkov stares at me like I just performed a miracle. Like I'm the most fascinating thing he's ever seen. His gray eyes move from his daughter to my face, and there's something raw in his expression. Hunger, need, not sexual, Or not only sexual, something deeper. What's your name? His voice is low, rough, Russian accent thick on the English words. Sophia, I whisper, not wanting to wake the baby. Sophia Nikolaevna. Sophia. He says it slowly, savoring. My Katya has not slept in 6 hours. 6 hours of crying. And you just... Babies sense stress, I say softly. She could feel your fear. You needed to stay calm for her, but you were too worried to fake it. I look down at the sleeping angel in my arms. She just needed someone who wasn't afraid. You're not afraid? He tilts his head, studying me. You know who I am? Yes. And still you came in, offered to help. Your daughter was crying. I meet his eyes. That matters more than who you are. Something shifts in his expression, softens. He reaches out and gently touches Katya's dark curls. His hand is so large it could crush her skull. Instead, he's achingly tender. Thank you, he says. And I get the sense that Alexei Volkov doesn't thank people often. I should go, I murmur. Let her sleep. If you need anything, stay. It's not a request, but it's not quite a command either. Sir, I have other passengers. They're all my men. They don't need tea. His eyes lock on mine. Please. In case she wakes. In case she needs you again. And that's how I end up sitting in a private compartment with Russia's most dangerous criminal, his sleeping baby in my arms, as the train speeds toward St. Petersburg through the snow. She's 6 months old today, Alexei says after several minutes of silence. He sits across from me, elbows on his knees, watching Katya sleep. Her mother died in childbirth. I'm so sorry, I whisper. His jaw tightens. We were not in love, an arrangement between families, but she was kind, gentle. She wanted this baby. He looks away, out the window at the rushing landscape. She died bringing Katya into the world, and I don't know how to do this, how to be what she needs. My heart cracks. Here is a man who commands armies of criminals, who strikes fear with a glance, who's probably killed more people than I want to imagine, and he's terrified of a 6-month-old baby. You love her, I say. That's all she needs. Love doesn't keep babies alive. Knowledge does. Experience. He runs a hand through his hair, frustrated. I have 17 nannies. They quit within weeks. Katya cries with all of them. Only my mother can soothe her, and she's in St. Petersburg, which is why I'm on this fucking train instead of... He stops. Remembers who he's talking to. Sorry, he mutters. It's okay. I've heard worse. I adjust Katya slightly. She sighs in her sleep, content. Why the train, if you don't mind me asking? His eyes sharpen. You're very bold for a... Train hostess? I smile slightly. It's the uniform. Makes me braver than I am. A ghost of a smile touches his mouth. It transforms his face, makes him look younger, less forbidding. The train because I have enemies who watch the airports, who have people everywhere. I needed to move Katya somewhere safe, and the train is unexpected. Are you in danger? The question escapes before I can stop it. Always. He says it simply. Fact, not boast. But specifically? Yes. There's a Georgian crew that wants to take my territory. They've made threats against Katya, against my mother. So I'm bringing Katya to my mother's home outside St. Petersburg. Secured. Protected. I look down at the sleeping baby. So innocent. So vulnerable. And people want to hurt her because of who her father is. That's not fair, I say. Nothing about this life is fair, Sophia Nikolaevna. The way he says my name, full patronymic, formal but somehow intimate, sends shivers down my spine. Why are you telling me this? I ask. He leans forward. His gray eyes bore into mine. I don't know. I never tell anyone anything. But you're sitting here holding my daughter like she's precious, like she matters. And for the first time in 6 months, she's peaceful. His voice drops. Maybe I'm telling you because I think you can be trusted. Or maybe because you have a kind face and I'm so fucking tired I can't think straight anymore. The vulnerability in his voice is staggering. You can trust me, I say quietly. And I mean it. This child in my arms, I would protect her. I don't understand it, but I would. He stares at me for a long moment, then nods, as if deciding something. Will you stay? He asks. Just until we reach St. Petersburg. I'll pay you. Whatever you need. I don't want money. Then what do you want? To keep holding this baby. To keep sitting here, in this strange bubble where the most dangerous man in Russia looks at me like I'm important. Like I matter. Just to help, I say. We talk. For the next hour, as Katya sleeps in my arms and the train rolls north, Alexei Volkov tells me things I'm certain he's never told anyone. He talks about his father, brutally murdered when Alexei was 19, forcing him into leadership before he was ready. About the weight of the bratva, the constant violence, the impossibility of trust. About Irina, his wife, who painted watercolors and wanted to open a gallery, who never loved him but treated him with respect. About the moment they placed Katya in his arms in the hospital, just before Irina's heart stopped, and how he'd never felt more terrified or more fiercely protective. I thought I knew love, he says. I loved my mother, my father, in his way. But this? He gestures to Katya. This is different. This is consuming, terrifying. I would burn the world for her. That's what being a parent is, I say softly. Are you? A parent? No, but my grandmother raised me. My parents died when I was 2, car accident. I don't remember them. But Babushka? She loved me like that. Fierce. Total. Like I was her world. She sounds wonderful. She was. Past tense hurts. She died 6 months ago. Cancer. I'm sorry. And he sounds like he means it. Me too. We fall into comfortable silence. Outside, the landscape is endless white. Inside, the compartment is warm, insulated, safe. Alexei's phone buzzes. He glances at it and his face hardens. Fuck. What's wrong? Nothing, just business. But his hand moves to the gun I now notice holstered at his side. We'll be fine. That's when the train lurches. The lights flicker. Once, twice. Alexei stands, instantly alert. Predator, not man. Give me Katya. What's... The lights go out completely. Emergency lighting kicks in, dim, red-tinged. And from somewhere in the train, I hear gunshots. Alexei moves with terrifying speed. He pulls his gun, checks the magazine, chambers around. All of this takes maybe 3 seconds. Stay behind me, he orders. And whatever happens, protect Katya. I don't understand. The compartment door explodes inward. 3 men pour through. Large, armed. They wear balaclavas, but I catch the flash of tattoos. Georgian script on one man's neck. Volkov, one of them says in Russian. Give us the child, and we let the girl live. Alexei doesn't hesitate. He fires. The sound in the enclosed space is deafening. The first man goes down, but then they're on him. 2 against 1, close quarters, brutal. I scream. Katya wakes with a shriek. I scramble back into the corner of the compartment, shielding Katya with my body, trying to soothe her even as violence erupts 3 feet away. Alexei fights like a demon. All controlled fury and lethal precision. He breaks one man's arm, shoots the other in the leg. But more men are coming. I hear them in the corridor, shouting, running footsteps. One of Alexei's guards appears in the doorway, fires into the corridor. Pakan, 6 more. They breached car 6. Alexei is bleeding. I see it now, his side, his arm. He's been shot, maybe twice, but he doesn't slow. Mikhail! he shouts to his guard. Get Sophia and Katya to compartment 1. Lock them in. I'll hold here. Sir, you're wounded. Now! Mikhail grabs my arm, starts to pull me toward the door. And that's when I see the Georgian with the gun. He's wounded. Alexei shot him, but he's raising his weapon, aiming, not at Alexei, at Katya, at this innocent baby in my arms. I don't think. I act. I throw myself in front of Katya, turning my back to the gunman, curling my body around her like a shield. The shot never comes, because Alexei moves faster than should be possible. He's on the Georgian in a heartbeat, the gun skittering away, and then there's a sickening crack, and the man stops moving. Alexei turns to me. His eyes are wild, feral. He could have. I know. My voice shakes. But he didn't. You stopped him. Sophia. He says my name like a prayer, like a curse. You could have died. So could she. We stare at each other. Something massive and unnameable passes between us in that moment. A recognition. A claiming. Then Katya screams again, terrified by the noise and violence, and I hold her closer, singing through my fear, desperate to give her comfort. More gunfire in the corridor. Alexei snaps back to battle mode. Mikhail, take them, now! If I don't make it, you'll make it, I say fiercely. He looks at me, nods once. Then he's gone, moving into the corridor, firing, shouting orders in rapid Russian. Mikhail pulls me deeper into the car, into compartment 1. It's reinforced somehow. I can see the metal plating hidden behind the wood paneling. He locks us in, positions himself at the door with his weapon ready. Stay down, he orders. I sink to the floor, cradling Katya, singing to her even though my voice breaks, even though I'm shaking, even though I can hear men dying just beyond this door. And I realize, in this moment of terror and gunfire and blood, I'm not invisible anymore. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. The gunfire stops. The silence is somehow worse. Mikhail stands rigid at the door, weapon ready, listening. Katya whimpers against my chest. I hold her tighter, whispering promises I have no right to make. It's okay, Malishka. Your papa is coming. He'll keep us safe. The door handle turns. Mikhail raises his gun. Identify. It's me, you paranoid bastard. Open the door. Alexei's voice. Mikhail unlocks it. Alexei stumbles in, and I see the extent of his injuries. Blood soaks his shirt, multiple wounds. His face is pale. But he's alive, standing. His eyes immediately find mine. You're safe. He sounds relieved, shocked even. You're hurt. I'm on my feet, one hand still supporting Katya. Sit down, I'm fine. You're bleeding everywhere. A ghost of that smile again. I've had worse. That doesn't mean, Alexei, you need medical attention. He blinks. I just used his first name. I, a train hostess, just gave orders to a pakan, but he sits, heavily, like his strings were cut. I lay Katya gently on the couch, making sure she's secure, and turn to Alexei. My hands hover over his injuries, unsure where to start. Tell me what to do, how to help. Mikhail, first aid kit, Alexei says. His eyes never leave my face. And then secure the rest of the car. Make sure they're all dead. Check the passengers in cars 1 through 6. Anyone hurt? Niet, Pakan. Your men contained them to car 7. The other passengers don't even know anything happened. We told them it was mechanical trouble. Good, go. Mikhail leaves, and suddenly it's just us. Alexei bleeding in a chair, me standing over him with shaking hands, and Katya making soft sounds on the couch. You stayed, he says quietly. When the shooting started, you didn't run. Where would I run to? We're on a train. The other cars. You could have run to safety. But you stayed. You protected her. His hand catches mine. His grip is warm, strong despite the blood loss. You chose her over your own life. Of course I did. She's a baby. She's my baby. The daughter of a monster. You owe us nothing. I look down at our joined hands. His knuckles are scarred, tattooed with Orthodox crosses. Mine are small, unmarked, trembling. I don't think you're a monster, I whisper. His eyes darken. You should. Maybe, but I don't. The train lurches back into motion. The engineers have restarted. We're moving again, rushing through the snow toward St. Petersburg. Toward whatever comes next. Alexei's thumb brushes across my knuckles. Once. Gentle. Sophia Nikolaevna, he says, you have just become the most dangerous thing in my world. Why? Because I think I'm going to keep you. And somehow, impossibly, terrifyingly, I want him to. My hands shake as I clean the blood from his wounds. 3 gunshot wounds. 1 grazed his ribs. 1 went through his shoulder. 1 buried itself in his side. That last one is still there. Still bleeding. This needs a hospital, I say, pressing gauze against the wound. No hospitals. Mikhail will bring my personal doctor when we reach St. Petersburg. Alexei doesn't even flinch as I work. It can wait an hour. You could bleed to death in an hour. I won't. He catches my wrist. Sophia, look at me. I do. His gray eyes are intense, burning despite the blood loss. I've survived worse than this. Much worse. Trust me. That's not reassuring. It's the truth. He releases my wrist, lets me continue bandaging. Tell me about yourself. Distract me. Distract you? You're the one bleeding. Which is why I need distraction. Talk to me. How does a woman with your compassion end up serving tea on trains? I secure the bandage, then check Katya, still sleeping somehow, exhausted from fear and crying. Then I sink into the seat across from Alexei. My grandmother got sick. Stage 4 pancreatic cancer. I was 19, halfway through my teaching degree at Moscow State University. The treatments weren't covered by insurance, so I dropped out, got this job. The pay is decent, and the schedule let me take care of her. And after she died, why didn't you return to university? Debt. Medical debt. I shrug, trying to seem casual about the weight that crushes me every month. I'm paying it off. Another year, maybe, and I'll have enough saved to re-enroll. He's quiet for a moment. Then, how much? I'm sorry? How much do you owe? I don't see how that's... How much, Sophia? His tone brooks no argument. I sigh. 300,000 rubles, about $4,000 American. It's not much, not really. Not to someone like him. But to me, it might as well be 3 million. Alexei pulls out his phone with his good arm. Types something. My phone buzzes in my pocket. Check your bank account, he says. What? No, why would I? Check it. Hands shaking, I pull out my phone, open my banking app, and stare at the screen. 600,000 rubles. Deposited 60 seconds ago. What did you do? I whisper. Paid your debt, and gave you enough to finish your degree. He says it like it's nothing. Like he didn't just change my entire life with a phone transfer. You saved my daughter's life, Sophia. You threw yourself in front of a gun for her. This is the least I can do. Tears blur my vision. I can't accept this. You can. You will. Alexei, I didn't help Katya for money. I helped her because she needed help. Because that's what decent people do. I know. His voice softens. Which is exactly why you deserve it. You're the first decent person I've met in... He trails off. Perhaps ever. I should argue more. Should insist he take it back. But the weight that's been crushing me for 3 years just... lifted. I can finish my degree. I can become a teacher, like I always wanted. I can finally breathe. Thank you, I whisper. You're welcome. The train pulls into Moskovsky station at 4 in the afternoon. Outside, snow falls gentle and thick. Inside, Mikhail and the surviving security team sweep the platform before allowing us to disembark. Stay close, Alexei orders. He's holding Katya now. She woke up 20 minutes ago, looked at me, and started fussing until he let me pick her up again. But for the exit, he insists on carrying her. Father protecting daughter. I follow them off the train. Mikhail on one side of me, another guard on the other. We move quickly through the station. People part like water around Alexei Volkov. They sense the danger even if they don't recognize him. Outside, 3 black SUVs wait. Armored, I realize. Windows tinted dark. You'll come with us, Alexei says. It's not a question. I should get back to Moscow, file my report about what happened on the train. Your supervisor has already been informed you're taking emergency leave. Medical trauma. You're excused for 2 weeks. I stare at him. You can't just... I can. I did. He steps closer, and even bleeding and exhausted, he radiates power. Sophia, those men on the train, they saw you. They know you helped me, protected Katya, which means you're a target now. Until I eliminate the Georgian threat, you're not safe in Moscow. Fear, cold and sharp, slides through my stomach. They'll come after me. If they think you matter to me? Yes. His jaw tightens. So you'll stay with me. At my mother's estate. Protected. Safe. Until this is over. And if I refuse, then I'll assign guards to watch you 24 hours a day. But you'll still be in danger, and I'll worry. He shifts Katya in his arms. Please, Sophia, let me protect you. You saved my daughter. Let me save you. I look at Katya, who's watching me with solemn blue eyes. Then at Alexei, whose expression is a mix of command and plea. Okay, I whisper. I'll come. Relief flashes across his face. Thank you. He helps me into the middle SUV. Mikhail drives. Alexei sits beside me, Katya in his lap, and we pull away from the station into St. Petersburg traffic. The estate is 40 minutes outside the city, deep in the forest. High walls, armed guards at the gate, cameras everywhere. We drive down a long, snow-covered lane lined with birch trees, and then the house appears. It's not a house, it's a compound. A sprawling mansion of stone and glass, modern architecture blending with traditional Russian elements. Beautiful, imposing, secure. Your mother lives here alone? I ask, with staff, and now with Katya and me. He glances at me. And you. We pull up to the front entrance. Guards open the doors. Alexei slides out carefully, still holding Katya, and offers me his hand. I take it. His grip is warm, steady. The front door opens, and a woman emerges. She's perhaps 60, elegant in a cashmere sweater and slacks, dark hair shot with silver, the same sharp gray eyes as her son. She takes one look at Alexei's bandaged wounds and pales. Alyosha, she says, voice tight. You're hurt. I'm fine, Mama, just a scratch. That's more than a scratch. I'll call Dmitri. Already done. He's on his way. Alexei shifts Katya. Mama, this is Sophia Nikolaevna. She saved Katya's life. And mine. She'll be staying with us. His mother's sharp eyes fix on me, assessing. Then she steps forward and takes my hands in both of hers. Then you are welcome in my home, Devochka, for as long as you need. She squeezes my hands. I am Galina Volkov. Come, you must be exhausted. She ushers us inside. The interior is stunning. High ceilings, chandeliers, artwork I recognize from museum catalogs. Warm despite its size. A home, not just a house. Sophia, Irina's old room is prepared for you, Galina says. First door on the right upstairs, bathroom attached. I'll have clothes brought. You're about her size. Irina. Alexei's dead wife. I'll be sleeping in her room. Thank you, I manage. Alyosha, you need the doctor immediately. No arguing. Galina takes Katya from him. And this little princess needs food and a bath. Go. Both of you. Tend to your wounds. She looks at me. Sophia, make sure he doesn't bleed on the carpets. They're antique. A ghost of a smile touches Alexei's mouth. Yes, Mama. He heads down a corridor. I follow, because apparently that's what I do now. Follow dangerous men through their fortress homes. Alexei's suite is on the ground floor. Massive. A sitting room, bedroom visible through a doorway, and what I assume is a bathroom beyond. He sinks onto a leather couch, wincing. The doctor will be here in 20 minutes, he says. You don't need to stay. You should rest. I'll stay until he arrives. I sit beside him. Make sure you don't pass out or something. I don't pass out. Everyone passes out with enough blood loss. Stubborn. Practical. I study his face. He's pale, strained, but still impossibly handsome. Can I ask you something? Da. Why did you get on that train? Really? You have helicopters, private planes. Why risk a public train? He's quiet for a moment, then... My mother had a stroke 3 weeks ago. Mild, but it scared me. She's all I have, all Katya has. And she was begging to see Katya, to hold her. But the Georgians have been watching my every move, and I knew if I took a helicopter or plane, they'd track me, ambush me. He leans his head back against the couch. The train was supposed to be safer, anonymous. I booked the entire car, brought my best men. It should have worked. How did they find you? A leak. Someone in my organization told them. His voice hardens. I'll find out who, and I'll make an example. The casual way he says it, the promise of violence, should terrify me. Instead, I just feel sad. This is his life, has always been his life. He knows nothing else. I'm sorry, I say quietly. For what? That you have to live like this, always looking over your shoulder, never trusting anyone. He turns his head, looks at me. I trust you. You just met me. I know. He sounds almost confused. I never trust anyone. But you, when you held Katya, when you sang to her, when you threw yourself in front of that gun, I knew. You're different. I'm not special, Alexei. I'm just... You're extraordinary. He reaches out, tucks a strand of hair behind my ear. The gesture is achingly tender. And I have no idea what to do with you. My breath catches. His hand lingers near my face, and I can feel the heat of him, smell his cologne mixed with gunpowder and blood. He's a killer, a criminal, everything I should run from. But I don't move. Sophia, he murmurs, you should leave, before this goes somewhere dangerous. It's already dangerous. More dangerous. I'm not afraid of you. You should be. But his thumb brushes my cheek, once, featherlight. I'm selfish. I take what I want, and I'm starting to want you. My heart hammers. You don't know me. I know enough. I know you have a kind heart and a brave soul. I know you sing like an angel and smell like vanilla. I know my daughter stopped crying the moment you held her, like she recognized you, like she'd been waiting for you. His eyes search mine. I know that 4 hours ago, I thought I understood desire. Now I realize I knew nothing. I should stand up, walk away. This man is dangerous in every possible way, to my body, my heart, my future. But I stay exactly where I am, his hand warm against my cheek, drowning in those winter storm eyes. What happens now? I whisper. Now? He leans closer. Now I have you under my roof, under my protection, and I try very hard not to. The door opens. A man in a suit, the doctor, enters with a medical bag. Alexei pulls back, the spell broken, but his eyes promise. This isn't over. I leave Alexei to the doctor's care and make my way upstairs. Irina's room is beautiful, soft blues and creams, elegant furniture, a four-poster bed with silk curtains. On the dresser sits a photograph, Alexei and a dark-haired woman on their wedding day. She's lovely, ethereal, not quite smiling. He looks young, solemn. I look away. This was her space. I'm an intruder. But clothes have been laid out on the bed. Cashmere sweaters, soft pants, everything in my size. I shower in the attached bathroom, washing away the train, the blood, the fear. Then I dress in borrowed clothes and sit on the bed, suddenly exhausted. My phone buzzes. Messages from Marina asking if I'm okay. From Dmitri, demanding to know where I am. From my friend Anya, worried because I'm not responding. I type quick reassurances. I'm fine. Family emergency, I'll explain later. Then I lie back on the bed, just for a moment, and fall into dreamless sleep. I wake to darkness and the sound of crying. Katya. I'm on my feet before I'm fully conscious, following the sound down the corridor. It's coming from a nursery at the end of the hall. Soft pink walls, a crib, rocking chair, shelves of toys. Galina is there, holding Katya, rocking her. But Katya is inconsolable, red-faced, screaming. I don't understand, Galina says, looking exhausted. She was fine an hour ago. I fed her, changed her, but she just won't stop. May I? I ask from the doorway. Galina looks at me, relief flooding her face. Please. I take Katya. Instantly, I feel her little body relax slightly. I bring her to my chest, swaying, humming that lullaby. Bayou, bayushki, bayou. Katya's screams fade to whimpers. Her tiny fist grabs my sweater. Within minutes, she's calm, breathing evening out, eyes drooping. Extraordinary, Galina whispers. How did you... I don't know. We just understand each other, I think. Galina watches me rock her granddaughter, and something shifts in her expression. Irina tried so hard with her, she says softly. Before the end. But Katya cried with her, too. Only stopped when I held her. I thought perhaps it was because she could sense Irina's fear. The pregnancy was complicated, and Irina was so frightened. She touches Katya's cheek gently. But you? Katya loves you already, like she's been waiting for you. The words echo Alexei's from earlier. She's special, I say. Your son is lucky to have her. And you? Are you lucky to have found them? I look up. Galina is studying me with those sharp Volkov eyes. I don't know yet, I admit. My son is a complicated man, a dangerous man, but he's also capable of great love. You saw that today, how far he'll go to protect those he cares about. She pauses. He's already decided he cares about you, Devochka. I can see it in how he looks at you. He doesn't know me. He knows enough. She smiles slightly. The question is, what will you do with his care? Will you run from it? Or will you stay? Before I can answer, Alexei appears in the doorway. He's showered, changed into clean clothes, bandaged properly. He looks better, color returned to his face, strength in his bearing. She was crying again? He asks. Sophia calmed her, Galina says, as she does. Alexei's eyes find mine, soft, warm. Sophia seems to be very good at calming the Volkov family. Heat rises to my cheeks. Galina smiles. I'll leave you two. Good night. She kisses Katya's head, then leaves, closing the door softly. Suddenly it's just us, Alexei and me and his sleeping daughter. You should be resting, I say. The doctor said I'll live, which means I couldn't sleep. He steps closer. Thank you for coming when she cried. You don't have to. There are nurses, staff. I wanted to. I look down at Katya. She's easy to love. She is. A pause. Her mother would have liked you. The statement hangs in the air. I don't know what to say. Irina was good, Alexei continues. She deserved better than me, better than this life, but she never complained. And when she knew she was dying, the last thing she said was, his voice cracks slightly, promise me you'll love her enough for both of us. So I promised, and I'm trying. But I don't know how to be soft, how to be what a child needs. You're doing fine. You love her. That's what matters. Is it enough? It's everything. He steps closer. Close enough that I can feel his warmth. You're so certain. How? Because my grandmother loved me like that. Fierce and total and unconditional. It was enough. More than enough. It saved me. Alexei reaches out, traces Katya's sleeping face with one finger. His hand is so large, so capable of violence, yet achingly gentle. I want that for her. I want her to grow up knowing she's loved, knowing she's safe. His eyes meet mine. I want her to have a mother who loves her. My breath catches. Alexei, I know, I'm getting ahead of myself. You've been here 8 hours. But Sophia... He cups my cheek with his free hand. I need you to understand something. I'm not a good man. I've killed. I've destroyed. I have enemies who would hurt you just to hurt me. Being near me is dangerous. But despite all of that, despite knowing I shouldn't, I want you to stay. Not just for Katya. For me. I'm drowning in his eyes. I don't know how to be what you need. Just be yourself. Be the woman who sings lullabies and throws herself in front of guns and makes my daughter smile. Be Sophia. His thumb brushes my lower lip. That's all I need. This is crazy. We just met. I know. You're a criminal. I'm a teacher. You're a teacher who temporarily worked on trains. But you're a teacher at heart. I see it in how you hold Katya, how you talk to her. You were made to nurture, to love. Tears prick my eyes. You can't just say things like that. Why not? Because it makes me want to stay. Then stay. And God help me, I want to. Katya stirs in my arms, makes a soft sound. Her eyes flutter open, find mine, and she smiles. An actual smile. Her first, maybe. Tiny and precious and perfect. She smiled at you, Alexei whispers, wonder in his voice. She's dreaming, I say. Babies don't really smile until... That was real. She smiled at you. He touches Katya's hand and she grabs his finger, her smile widening. She knows. She knows you're special. I look from Katya to Alexei, and something inside me shifts, settles, like a key turning in a lock I didn't know existed. Maybe this is crazy. Maybe I'm making a terrible mistake. But standing here in this nursery, holding his daughter while he looks at me like I'm something precious, I feel more right than I have in years. Okay, I whisper. Okay? I'll stay. For now. Until the danger passes and I'm no longer a target. Something fierce and possessive flashes in Alexei's eyes. And after? I don't know. We'll see. I can work with "we'll see." He leans in, and for a heart-stopping moment I think he's going to kiss me. But instead, he presses his lips to my forehead. Soft, reverent. Thank you, Sophia Nikolaevna, for saving my daughter, for staying, for being you. Then he steps back, and I feel the loss of his warmth like a physical ache. You should sleep, he says. Tomorrow I have work to do, people to question about the leak. But tonight, we're safe. Rest. I nod, reluctant to put Katya down but knowing I must. I lay her gently in the crib, making sure she's covered. She sighs in her sleep, content. Good night, Malishka, I whisper. When I turn, Alexei is watching me with an expression I can't quite read. What? I ask. Just memorizing this. You, here, with my daughter, in case I wake up and it's a dream. Not a dream, I promise. Good. He walks me to my door. We stand there for a moment, the air thick with everything unsaid. Alexei, I say. That thing you said earlier, about wanting me. Not just for Katya. Yes? I think I'm starting to want you too, and that terrifies me. His smile is slow, devastating. Good. We can be terrified together. Then he's gone, disappearing down the corridor, and I'm left standing in Irina's doorway, heart racing, mind spinning. What am I doing? But deep down, I know. I'm falling, fast and hard and helplessly, for a monster who holds his daughter like she's made of light, for a killer who has soft eyes when he looks at me, for an impossible, dangerous, beautiful man named Alexei Volkov. And God help me, I don't think I want to stop. I wake to sun streaming through gauze curtains and the smell of coffee. For a moment, I'm disoriented. This isn't my apartment. This bed is too soft. These sheets are too expensive. And then yesterday comes rushing back. The train, the gunfire, Katya, Alexei. I'm at the Volkov estate. I'm staying with a mafia boss who paid my debts and told me he wants me. I'm in so much trouble. My phone says it's 9 in the morning. Late. I never sleep past 6. But apparently nearly dying is exhausting. I dress quickly in borrowed clothes, soft gray sweater, black pants, and venture downstairs. The house is quiet. A woman in an apron, staff I assume, directs me to the dining room. Galina is there, reading a newspaper over tea. Dobroye utro, Sophia. She greets me warmly. Good morning. There's coffee, bread, cheese. Help yourself. I pour coffee from the silver pot, grateful for the caffeine. Where's Alexei? Working. He left at 6. Galina's mouth tightens. He's questioning his men about the leak. It won't be pleasant. I remember his casual mention of making an example. Will he hurt them? If they betrayed him? Yes. She meets my eyes. Does that bother you? I don't know. Should it? Most women would say yes. But you've already seen my son's violence. You watched him kill men yesterday. Yet you're still here. He was protecting Katya, protecting me. That's different. Is it? Galina sips her tea. In this world, violence is how we survive. Alexei didn't choose this life. It chose him when his father was murdered. He was 19, barely a man, and suddenly he was Pahan, responsible for hundreds of lives, dozens of businesses. He did what he had to do to survive, to thrive. She pauses. But that doesn't mean he's just violence. You've seen his gentleness with Katya. That's real too. I know. I wrap my hands around the coffee cup. I just don't know if I'm strong enough for this. For him. Strength isn't about fearlessness, Devochka. It's about being afraid and choosing love anyway. Galina smiles. And I think you're much stronger than you know. Before I can respond, Katya's cry echoes from upstairs. I'm already moving, coffee forgotten, taking the stairs 2 at a time. The nursery door is open. Katya is in her crib, face red, arms outstretched. The moment she sees me, her cries soften. Hey, Malishka, I coo, lifting her. What's wrong? Bad dream? She buries her face in my neck, whimpering. I check her. Dry diaper, no fever, not hungry based on the bottle on the changing table. Just needing comfort. I sink into the rocking chair and start singing. That lullaby. Always that lullaby. Katya's breathing evens out. Her tiny hand fists in my sweater. You're a natural, Galina says from the doorway. I look up, surprised. I didn't hear her follow. I don't know about that. She calms me as much as I calm her. That's how love works. Galina comes closer. Can I tell you something? About my son? Of course. When Irina was pregnant, Alexei was terrified. He didn't think he could be a father, not a good one. His own father was cold, brutal, loving in his way, but hard. Alexei swore he'd never bring a child into this life. But then Katya came, and Irina. She trails off, pain crossing her face. Irina dying broke something in him. He blamed himself. Thought God was punishing him for his sins by taking a good woman and leaving him with a baby he didn't know how to love. But he does love her. Anyone can see that. Now, yes, but those first months, he could barely look at her without seeing his failure. I had to push him to hold her, to care for her. Galina's eyes glisten. Then yesterday, on that train, something changed. He told me this morning. He said when those men came, his only thought was protecting Katya. Not survival. Not revenge. Just her. And you. My heart lurches. Me? You were holding his daughter. You became part of what he protects. Part of his family. She reaches out, squeezes my shoulder. My son doesn't let people in, Sophia. His whole life, he's been betrayed, used, attacked. Trust is foreign to him, but he trusts you. After one day. That's extraordinary. Or foolish. Perhaps both. She smiles. But I've never seen him look at anyone the way he looks at you. Not even Irina. With her, it was duty and respect. With you, it's hunger, need. Like your air and he's been suffocating. I don't know what to say. The weight of her words presses against my chest. I'm not trying to pressure you, Galina adds. But I want you to understand what you mean to him. So when things get hard, and they will, you can decide if it's worth fighting for. Alexei returns at noon. I'm in the library with Katya, reading to her from a picture book. She's too young to understand, but she likes the sound of my voice. I hear the front door, voices, heavy footsteps. Then silence. I put Katya in her portable bassinet, making sure she's secure, and slip into the hallway. Alexei's study door is closed, but I can hear him inside, talking to someone. His voice is cold, controlled, lethal. I shouldn't eavesdrop, I do anyway. Gave them our route, Alexei is saying. The train, the car, the time. Everything. Pakan, please, I didn't... A man's voice, pleading. Don't lie to me, Victor. We found the messages on your phone. The Georgian crew paid you 200,000 rubles to betray me. To betray my daughter. They threatened my family, my wife, my children. So you chose your family over mine. A pause. I understand. Family is everything. Which is why you're going to disappear, Victor. Not die. I'm not completely heartless. But you'll never see Moscow again. Never see Russia. You'll be relocated with a new identity. Enough money to start over. But if you ever return, if you ever contact anyone from your old life, I'll kill everyone you love in front of you. Then I'll kill you. Slowly. Silence. Then, yes, Pakan. Go. Mikhail will take you. Footsteps. The door opens. A man stumbles out, middle-aged, gray-faced, trembling, followed by Mikhail, who steers him away. Alexei appears in the doorway. He looks exhausted, drained. Then he sees me standing there, and his expression shifts. You heard? Yes. And? Are you horrified? Disgusted? I consider. Am I? He just destroyed a man's entire life. Exiled him, threatened his family. And yet, he betrayed you, I say slowly. His information could have gotten Katya killed. Me killed. You showed mercy by letting him live. Mercy. He laughs bitterly. Is that what you call it? Yes. I step closer. You could have killed him, tortured him, made it brutal. Instead, you're giving him a second chance. In your world, that's mercy. He stares at me. You should be running. Any sane woman would run. Maybe I'm not sane. I reach up, touch his face. He's cold despite the heated house. Or maybe I'm starting to understand your world, the rules, the necessities. Sophia. My name is rough in his mouth. You can't. You shouldn't. Shouldn't what? Accept who you are? I know you're dangerous, Alexei. I've known since the moment I saw you. But you're also a father who loves his daughter, a son who protects his mother, a man who showed me more kindness in one day than I've received in years. I hold his gaze. I'm not naive. I know what you do, who you are, but I also know you're not just a monster. You're more than that. His hands come up, frame my face. You make me want to be more than that. Then be more. For Katya. For yourself. For you? Maybe for me too. He leans in. His forehead touches mine. We stand like that, breathing each other's air, balanced on the edge of something vast and terrifying. I want to kiss you, he whispers. I've wanted to since yesterday. But if I start, I won't stop. Then maybe you shouldn't kiss me yet. Yet? I need time to process this, to understand what I'm feeling. Fair. But he doesn't pull away. Can I hold you? Just for a moment. In answer, I step into his arms. He wraps around me, solid and warm, his chin resting on top of my head. I feel safe, protected, cherished, also utterly insane. But I can't seem to care. The next few days fall into a routine. Alexei works from the estate, calls, meetings with his men, managing his empire remotely. I care for Katya, read in the library, help Galina in the kitchen even though she insists I'm a guest. At night we have dinner together, the four of us like a family. It's dangerously easy to pretend that's what we are. Alexei is careful with me, respectful. He doesn't push, doesn't demand. But the tension builds between us, charged looks, accidental touches, moments when we stand too close and the air crackles. One evening, I'm putting Katya to bed when Alexei appears in the nursery doorway. She's asleep, I whisper. You're magic with her. Just patient. I adjust her blanket. She's easy to love. So are you. I look up sharply. Alexei stands silhouetted in the doorway, backlit by hall light, expression unreadable. Alexei, I know, too fast, too much. He steps into the room. But it's true. You've been here 4 days, and already I can't imagine this house without you. Katya cries when you're not nearby. My mother asks your opinion about everything. And He stops beside me. I find myself waiting for dinner just to see you, making excuses to walk past whatever room you're in, thinking about you when I should be thinking about business. That sounds distracting. Disastrously so. A ghost of a smile. But I don't care. He reaches out, traces my jaw with one finger. The touch is feather-light, but it ignites something in my core. Tell me to stop, he murmurs. Tell me you don't feel this. I can't. Why not? Because I do feel it, and it terrifies me. Good. He leans closer. Be terrified with me. This time when he lowers his mouth to mine, I don't pull away. The kiss is soft at first, gentle, questioning. His lips are warm, firm, perfect. I sigh into it, my hands coming up to grip his shirt, and he deepens the kiss. Hunger rising. Need. His tongue traces my lower lip. I open for him. And suddenly, we're not gentle. We're desperate. Months of loneliness pouring out, crashing together like waves. He groans against my mouth. His hands grip my waist, pulling me flush against him, and I can feel every hard plane of his body. Feel how much he wants me. I want him too. Impossibly. Irrationally. Completely. Sophia, he breathes. We should stop. I know. But neither of us moves. We kiss again, deeper, wilder. His hands slide up my back, into my hair. I arch against him, needing more, needing everything. Then Katya whimpers in her sleep. We freeze, pull apart, breathing hard. Fuck, Alexei mutters. Yeah. We stare at each other. His eyes are dark, pupils blown. His hair is mussed from my fingers. He looks wrecked. I should go, he says. Probably. Before I do something we're not ready for. Good idea. But he kisses me again. Quick, hard, claiming. Tomorrow we talk. About this. About us. Okay? He leaves. I sink into the rocking chair, touching my lips, still feeling him, still wanting him. I'm so far gone. And I don't even care. Morning comes with blood. I wake to shouting, gunfire, Katya screaming. I'm out of bed instantly, running to the nursery. Galina is there, trying to soothe Katya, eyes wide with fear. What's happening? I gasp. They found us, the Georgians. Galina thrusts Katya into my arms. Alexei is downstairs with his men, holding them off. But there are too many. We need to get to the safe room. Where? Follow me, quickly. She grabs my hand, pulls me down the corridor. Behind us, glass shatters. Men yelling in Russian and Georgian. More gunfire. Galina stops at what looks like a linen closet. She presses a hidden panel, and the back wall swings open, revealing a reinforced steel door. She keys in a code. The lock disengages. Inside. Now. I stumble into a small, windowless room. Concrete walls. Supplies. A crib already set up. Galina follows, slamming the door. Another code on the inside panel. Heavy locks engage. We're safe, she says, breathing hard. This room is impenetrable. Alexei will come when... An explosion rocks the house. Katya shrieks. I hold her tighter, trying to calm her, but my own heart is racing, terror clawing at my throat. Galina, what if Alexei can't... He can, he will. But her face is pale. He's survived worse. We wait. Minutes stretch into eternities. Katya cries herself hoarse, then into exhausted silence. I rock her, sing to her, but my voice shakes. Please let Alexei be okay. Please. Finally, after what feels like hours but is probably 20 minutes, 3 sharp knocks on the door. A pause. 2 knocks. Another pause. 1 knock. Galina sags with relief. That's his signal. She unlocks the door. Alexei stands there, covered in blood. His face is hard, cold, absolutely lethal. Behind him, Mikhail and several other men secure the corridor. Are you hurt? Alexei's voice is flat. No, Galina says. We're fine. His eyes find mine. Something in them softens. Sophia? I'm okay. Katya's okay. He steps into the safe room, looks at his daughter in my arms, then at me. And suddenly, he's not the cold Pakan. He's just a man who almost lost everything. They breached the perimeter, he says. 8 men. Professional. Well-armed. We killed 6, captured 2. His jaw clenches. They were here for Katya. They brought ropes. Hoods. They were going to take her. Horror washes through me. But they didn't, Galina says firmly. She's safe. Because of you. Because of luck. Alexei's hands curl into fists. They shouldn't have gotten this close. My security failed. Or someone told them how to breach it, Mikhail says from the doorway. Alexei's eyes go flat. Another leak. We'll find them, Pakan. You're damn right we will. Alexei looks at his mother, then at me. Pack. We're leaving. Tonight. I have a compound in Siberia. Remote. Defensible. We'll go there until I eliminate this threat permanently. Siberia? I echo. Alexei, that's safe, which is all that matters. He steps closer, cups my face with bloody hands. I can't lose you, either of you. So we go to ground until I destroy every Georgian who dares threaten my family. Understood? His family. He called us his family. Understood, I whisper. He kisses my forehead, quick, hard. Pack light, we leave in 1 hour. The hour is chaos. Galina packs for herself and Katya. I throw clothes into a bag, mostly borrowed since I came with nothing. Alexei is on the phone constantly, barking orders, arranging transport, coordinating security. Mikhail appears at my door. The helicopter is ready, miss. We need to go. Helicopter. Of course. I grab my bag, check that I have everything, not that I have much. and head downstairs. Alexei waits in the foyer, wearing tactical gear, armed to the teeth. He looks every inch the warlord. "Ready?" he asks. "As I'll ever be." He takes my bag, slings it over his shoulder with his own. Outside, the sun is setting, the entire day lost to fear and flight. A massive helicopter waits on the lawn, rotors already spinning. We run through the cold, heads down. Mikhail helps Galina aboard. I climb in with Katya, buckling us into seats. Alexei sits beside me, checking weapons, talking into his headset. The helicopter lifts. The estate falls away below, beautiful even damaged, smoke rising from the wing where the explosion hit. "I'm sorry," Alexei says quietly. "Not to anyone specific. Maybe to all of us." "Not your fault," Galina says. "It is. My enemies. My war. You're all caught in it." I reach over, take his hand. He looks at me, surprised. "We're with you by choice," I say. "All of us. So stop apologizing and just get us somewhere safe." His fingers tighten around mine. "Yes, ma'am." The ghost of a smile. And despite everything, the fear, the violence, the uncertainty, I smile back. Because somehow, impossibly, I still feel safe with him. We fly northeast into darkness. Below, forests give way to tundra, lights sparse and scattered. Katya falls asleep against my chest, exhausted from terror and tears. Galina dozes in her seat. The men are silent, watchful. Alexei stares out the window, hand still gripping mine. "Tell me about Siberia," I say quietly. "Remote. A compound near Lake Baikal. I built it years ago as an emergency retreat. 20 men stationed there permanently. Fortified. Off-grid." He glances at me. "It's not comfortable. Not like the estate." "I don't care about comfort." "You should. You deserve comfort. Luxury. Safety." His voice roughens. "You deserve a normal man with a normal life. Not this." "Maybe. But that's not what I want." "What do you want?" "You, I think. But I'm not quite brave enough to say it. Not yet. So instead, to help. To keep Katya safe. To figure out what this is between us. And if this between us is dangerous, destructive, then we'll deal with it together." He lifts our joined hands, presses a kiss to my knuckles. "You're extraordinary, Sophia Nikolaevna." Or insane. That too. The helicopter flies on through the night, toward Siberia, toward an uncertain future, toward whatever comes next in this impossible, terrifying, beautiful thing growing between us. And holding Alexei's hand, his daughter asleep in my arms, I realize I'm not afraid anymore. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. We land just before midnight. The compound is a fortress, high walls, guard towers, floodlights. The main building is low, concrete and steel, built to withstand Siberian winters and worse. Inside, it's surprisingly warm, functional, not beautiful, but clean and well-maintained. Alexei shows us to a wing of private rooms. "This is yours," he tells his mother, opening a door to a simple bedroom. "And this," another door, "is the nursery, fully stocked." "Where's Sophia?" Galina asks. Alexei hesitates. "There's only one other bedroom in this wing. Mine. I assumed unless you'd prefer she stay elsewhere?" He's asking permission. From me. From his mother. "She stays with you," Galina says before I can respond. "You'll protect her, and she'll keep you human." She kisses my cheek. "Good night, Devochka." She takes Katya, who barely stirs, and disappears into the nursery, leaving Alexei and me alone in the corridor. "You don't have to stay in my room," he says quickly. "There are others. It's fine. I trust you." "You shouldn't." And yet I do. He studies me for a long moment, then opens his bedroom door. "After you." The room is Spartan, large bed, dresser, Bathroom visible through a doorway. No personal items. Like a hotel room, not a home. I don't come here often, he says, reading my expression. Maybe twice a year. It's pure function. It's fine. I set my bag down. I'm just tired. Bathroom's there. I'll give you privacy to change. He leaves, closing the door behind him. I stand there for a moment, processing. I'm about to share a room, a bed, with Alexei Volkov, the man I've known for 5 days. The man I kissed last night. The man I'm falling for with terrifying speed. I shower quickly, change into sleep clothes, borrowed pajamas, soft and warm. When I emerge, Alexei is sitting on the bed's edge, head in his hands. Hey, I say softly. He looks up. Hey, you okay? No, today they almost took Katya. Almost killed you and my mother. Because of me, my choices, my life. He stands abruptly. You should leave, Sophia. Go back to Moscow. I'll give you money, protection, a new identity if necessary. But you should leave before... I cross the room, put my hand over his mouth. Stop. His eyes widen. I'm not leaving, I say. I already told you. I'm here by choice. Yes, today was terrifying. Yes, your life is dangerous. But I'm not some delicate flower who needs protecting from hard truths. I'm a woman who knows her own mind. And right now, my mind is telling me to stay. I lower my hand. So unless you're ordering me to leave, I'm staying. With you. With Katya. For as long as you'll have me. He stares at me. Then, roughly, come here. I step into his arms. He holds me tight, almost too tight, like he's afraid I'll vanish. His face buries in my hair, and I feel him shake. I don't know how to do this, he whispers. How to love someone and keep them safe. How to be what you need. Just be yourself. That's enough. What if it's not? What if I fail you the way I failed Irina? You didn't fail Irina. She died from complications, not from anything you did. I pull back, frame his face. Alexei, you can't control everything. You can't prevent every tragedy. All you can do is love fiercely and fight like hell, which is exactly what you do. He searches my eyes. How are you this brave? I'm not. I'm terrified. But I'm more afraid of losing you than I am of staying. Sophia. My name is a prayer, a curse, a plea. Kiss me, I whisper. He does. This kiss is different from yesterday. Slower, deeper, filled with all the fear and need and desperation of the day. His hands cradle my face like I'm precious. His mouth moves over mine like he's memorizing the taste of me. I press closer, wrap my arms around his neck, and suddenly slow isn't enough. His hands slide down my back, grip my hips, pull me flush against him. I gasp into his mouth. He groans, kissing me harder, walking me backward until my legs hit the bed. Tell me to stop, he breathes against my lips. No. Sophia, if we don't stop now, then don't stop. His eyes are dark, wild. You're sure? I've never been more sure of anything. Something breaks in him. Restraint shattered. He kisses me again, consuming, claiming, and we tumble onto the bed. His weight settles over me, perfect and right, and I arch into him. You're perfect, he murmurs between kisses. So perfect. I don't deserve you. Shut up and kiss me. He laughs, actually laughs, and complies. His hands roam, learning my curves through thin pajamas. My hands explore his back, his shoulders, feeling the play of muscle beneath his shirt. Too many clothes, I gasp. He sits back, strips off his shirt in one motion. And God, his body is a weapon, all lean muscle and scars. I trace one scar across his ribs. He shivers. Knife fight, he says. 5 years ago. You won? Obviously. I trace another. This one? Gunshot. Grazed. And this? A puckered circle on his shoulder. That one went through. He captures my hand, kisses my palm. I'm a mess, Sophia. Damaged. You're beautiful. His eyes flash. Then he's kissing me again, laying me back, his hands slipping under my shirt. Skin to skin. Electric. Last chance, he breathes. Tell me to stop. No, I want this. I want you. Thank God. Fade to black. His mouth finds mine again. Desperate, claiming. And then there are no more words. Just sensation. Just us. Just everything. I wake wrapped in warmth. Alexei's arms around me, his chest pressed to my back, his breathing slow and even. Morning light filters through curtains. The room is quiet, peaceful. I feel safe, cherished, home. You're awake, he murmurs against my ear. What time is it? Early, not quite 6. He tightens his arms. How are you feeling? Sore, happy. I turn in his embrace. His hair is mussed, his face soft with sleep. He looks younger, less burdened. No regrets. Relief flashes across his features. Good, because I have so many plans for you. Oh? His smile is wicked. So many. He kisses me, slow, thorough, devastating. And I'm just sinking into it when a cry echoes from the next room. Katya. We both freeze, then laugh. Parenthood, Alexei sighs. Worst timing ever. I'll get her. You should sleep. Not a chance. We'll go together. We dress quickly, me in his shirt, which hangs to my thighs, him in pajama pants, and slip into the nursery. Katya stands in her crib, tear-streaked, reaching for us. Hey, Malishka, I coo, lifting her. Bad dream? She buries her face in my neck, whimpering. I rock her, humming, and Alexei watches us with an expression I can't quite read. What? I ask. Just this. You, here, with my daughter. In my shirt. Looking like you belong. He steps closer, kisses Katya's head, then mine. Like you're ours. Maybe I am. His arms come around us both. We stand like that, a strange little family, as sun rises over frozen Siberia. And despite the danger, despite the uncertainty, I've never felt more right. 2 days later, Alexei gathers us in the main room. His face is grim. I've identified the leak, he says. One of my lieutenants. He's been feeding information to the Georgians for months. I have men bringing him here now. Here? Galina frowns. Why not handle it in Moscow? Because I want answers. And I want him to understand the consequences of threatening my family. His eyes linger on me when he says family. Will you... I hesitate. Will you kill him? I don't know yet. Depends on what he tells me. Alexei looks at Katya, sleeping peacefully in my arms. But yes, probably. I should be horrified. Instead, I just feel resolve. Whatever you need to do, to keep her safe. He crosses to me, tilts my chin up. You've come a long way from the train hostess who just wanted a quiet life. You changed me. Or revealed who you always were. He kisses me softly. Strong, fierce, mine. Yours, I agree. They bring the traitor in that afternoon. His name is Sergei. Mid-40s, well-dressed, terrified. Alexei has him chained in the interrogation room. Concrete, cold, isolated. I watch from behind one-way glass. Alexei didn't want me to, but I insisted. If I'm part of this family, I need to understand all of it. Even the dark parts. Especially the dark parts. Alexei enters the room. Sergei immediately starts pleading. Pakan, please, I can explain. Explain how you sold out my daughter, how you told the Georgians where my mother lived, how you almost got 3 people I love killed. Alexei's voice is ice. Please, Sergei, explain. They had my son. They kidnapped him. Said they'd kill him unless I cooperated. Alexei pauses. Your son. Da. Yuri. He's 10. They took him from school and I didn't know what else to do. So you sacrificed my daughter to save your son. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. But what would you do? If it were Katya? The question hangs in the air. Alexei is silent for a long moment. Then, I'd burn the world, kill everyone involved, destroy anyone who even looked at her wrong. He leans down, gets in Sergei's face. But I wouldn't betray innocent people to do it. I'd find another way. There was no other way. There's always another way. Alexei straightens. You should have come to me, told me what happened. I'd have rescued your son and destroyed the Georgians. Instead, you lied. Betrayed. And because of you, people I love nearly died. Please, Pakan, have mercy. Alexei stares at him, then pulls out his phone, dials. Mikhail, Sergei's son, Yuri, 10 years old. The Georgians have him. Find him. Bring him here. Alive. He hangs up, looks at Sergei. I'm going to save your son, because unlike you, I don't punish children for their father's sins. But you? His voice drops. You're going to pay for every second of fear my family experienced. Every moment my daughter cried. Every breath Sophia took thinking she might die. He pulls out a gun. Chambers around. Sergei starts to beg. I close my eyes. The gunshot is loud even through the glass. I find Alexei an hour later on the compound walls, staring out at the frozen wasteland. He doesn't turn when I approach. You watched, he says. Yes. And? And I understand why you did it. Doesn't mean I liked it. I'm a monster, Sophia. You saw proof today. I step beside him, take his hand. No, you're a man who protects what's his. There's a difference. Is there? Yes. I make him look at me. You're also a man who ordered your people to rescue a traitor's son, who showed mercy even to someone who betrayed you. That's not a monster. That's someone trying to be good in an impossible world. His eyes glisten. You make me want to be better. Then be better. For Katya. For me. For yourself. He pulls me into his arms, holds me tight. They found Yuri. He's safe. Mikhail's bringing him here, then we'll place him and his mother somewhere new. Protected. Good. The Georgian crew is finished. My men raided their headquarters tonight. The leaders are dead. The rest scattered. He pulls back, cups my face. It's over, Sophia. You're safe now. You can go back to Moscow. Back to your life. Is that what you want? No, but it's what you should want. What any sane person would want. Then I guess I'm not sane. I smile. Because I want to stay. With you. With Katya. If you'll have me. His answering smile is radiant. If I'll have you? Sophia, I want you to stay forever. I want to wake up with you every morning and fall asleep with you every night. I want Katya to call you Mama and know that you'll always be there. I want... He stops, swallows. I want to marry you, make you mine in every way possible. My heart stops. Alexei. Too soon, I know. We've known each other a week. He laughs shakily, but I've never been more certain of anything. You're it for me, Sophia Nikolaevna. My salvation, my future, my family. Tears stream down my face. Yes. Yes? Yes, I'll marry you. Yes, I'll stay. Yes to all of it. I kiss him through my tears. You're it for me too. He lifts me, spins me, kissing me breathless. And there on the walls of a Siberian fortress, surrounded by guards and guns and danger, I've never felt more loved, never felt more home. 6 months later, I stand in a small chapel in St. Petersburg. Snow falls outside. Inside, candles flicker, casting golden light on Orthodox icons. Galina sits in the front pew, Katya on her lap. My friend Anya, who nearly fainted when I explained everything, sits beside them. A handful of Alexei's most trusted men line the back, and Alexei waits at the altar in a black suit, looking devastating and nervous and perfect. I walk down the aisle in a simple white dress, no veil, carrying winter roses. When I reach him, he takes my hands. You came, he murmurs. Did you think I wouldn't? I'm terrified you'll realize you can do better. Impossible. You're it for me, remember? The priest begins the ceremony. Russian Orthodox, traditional, beautiful. We light candles, exchange rings. Alexei's hands shake when he slides the band onto my finger. I, Alexei Volkov, take you, Sophia Nikolaevna, as my wife. I promise to love you, protect you, and cherish you all the days of my life. You saved my daughter. You saved me, and I will spend forever trying to be worthy of you. My turn. I, Sophia Nikolaevna, take you, Alexei Volkov, as my husband. I promise to love you, stand beside you, and believe in you always. You showed me that monsters can be heroes, and that the scariest thing isn't falling in love. It's not falling when you should. The priest pronounces us married. Alexei kisses me like I'm air, and he's been drowning. The small congregation applauds. Katya squeals, "Mama!" and reaches for me. She's been calling me that for months now, and it never stops making me cry. Alexei takes her from Galina, settles her between us. Our family, he says. Our family, I agree. We leave the chapel as snow falls soft and thick. Alexei's men wait with cars. But for a moment, we just stand there, the three of us, in the quiet. Thank you, Alexei says. For what? For boarding that train, for helping Katya, for seeing past the monster to the man. He kisses my forehead, for being brave enough to love me. Thank you for being worth it. Katya babbles happily, grabbing at snowflakes. And as we climb into the car to head to our reception, I think about that day on the train. How I heard a baby crying and made a choice. The best choice of my life. Because sometimes love doesn't arrive quietly. Sometimes it crashes into your world with gunfire and danger and an impossible man with storm-gray eyes. Sometimes you have to be brave enough to throw yourself in front of a bullet, literal or metaphorical, to find it. And sometimes, if you're very lucky, you find a family in the last place you'd ever look. In the arms of a monster who taught you what it means to be loved. And so, my darlings, ends the tale of Sophia and Alexei, the train hostess who sang a lullaby and found her destiny. The Mafia boss who learned that true strength isn't in control, but in surrender. The baby girl who brought them together when they both needed saving most. Are they living happily ever after? Well, my loves, this is the Bratva world. Ever after is never entirely happy. There are still enemies, still dangers, still shadows. But they face it together, as a family, as partners, as two broken people who made each other whole. Katya is 3 now. She speaks Russian and English, loves books and music, and has her father wrapped around her tiny finger. She calls Sophia Mama and doesn't remember a time before her. Sophia finished her teaching degree and now runs a private school in St. Petersburg, funded by Alexei, protected by his men, filled with children who need second chances. She teaches during the day and comes home to her family at night. The train feels like a lifetime ago. A different person's life. And Alexei? He's still Pakhan. Still dangerous, still ruthless when he must be. But he's also a husband who brings his wife flowers every Friday. A father who reads bedtime stories and makes pancakes on Sunday mornings. A man learning, slowly, that he can be both monster and man, and that the right woman will love him anyway. Sometimes, darlings, the unthinkable isn't just one action. It's a series of choices. To help when you should run. To stay when you should leave. To love when you should fear. Sophia did the unthinkable that day on the train. She chose compassion over safety. Love over logic. And in doing so, she saved 3 lives. Katya's, Alexei's, and her own. So remember, my loves, when you hear a baby crying, when you see someone struggling, when life presents you with an impossible choice, be brave, be foolish, be unthinkable. You never know what destiny waits on the other side. Thank you for joining me tonight on this journey through snow and bullets, and the strange salvation of unexpected love. Let me know in the comments which moment touched your heart most. And tell me, would you have boarded that train? Would you have picked up that baby? Would you have stayed? Until tomorrow night, my darlings, sleep well and dream of dangerous men and dangerous love. And maybe, just maybe, dream of the courage to do the unthinkable. This is Anastasia, signing off.